Hello, hello. We're playing Kenshi again. After a long time of not playing it, we are playing it again. Put together a new mod list finally that seems to be a little more stable than the last. Keyword a little. And I decided, the last couple times we played through this, we kinda went with one of the main factions, or tried to make our own. And decided, it'd be a lot more fun to play a complete amoral rogue that just cares about making a lot of money, getting wealth, fame, power, influence, all those things by any means necessary. And so, meet our boy Eadred, who is currently in the United Cities of United Cities city of Bark, at the very edge of the Great Desert, very northeastern edge of the map, the middle of nowhere. And we are not going to make a fortune or anything here. But, of course, we are ill-equipped for danger. We've got basically no skills. Eadred has grand ambitions and very little means or talent to succeed at those ambitions. Oh, holy moly, it's a crowd in the store today. Welcome to the United Cities. Welcome to the United Cities. And of course, we don't have much at all when it comes to money. So we're not really going to be able to buy anything as far as equipment. We do want to at least buy enough food to get us through the immediate times, right? Just because we start out with a full belly, it is not going to last very long. So we'll buy ourselves a couple helpings of meat. It doesn't have any med kits at the bar here, looks like. But 3 little things of dried meat will give us time to train. We have got to train, alright? We want to get out of here and find opportunity out in the big wide world. We're gonna have to get fast, and we're gonna have to get sneaky, and we're gonna have to do it fast. We're gonna have to do both of them fast. And so, a journey of 1,000 steps starts with running around in sneak mode in front of the gate. And we will be doing this for a time. So, I'll be back when Eadred is tired of running around in circles. Wow, an opportunity struck almost immediately. We barely had time to get up to stealth level 2. Or a skimmer ran... 2 skimmers, actually, ran out here to attack the guards. And me. Luckily, the guards interfered first. Oh, there's another. Well, well, well. Scavenging skimmer bits. Not going to make us rich by any means. But it'll help us get by while we get some of our necessary skills up to par. actually made us more money than I thought. But we're not going to spend any on gear or anything right now. It's straight back to training. Unless, of course, something else comes up and hits us in the face. Alright, well, it is about the end of the first day. Luckily, we've not gone through any of our food yet, and we managed to get a good day of training in. Got stealth and athletics, both up to 9. Stealth almost up to 10, and we've been hauling this skimmer corpse around to get a little stronger. But we've got a long way to go. Particularly, we want to get that athletics up probably at least to like 20-25 before we really go running around too far from the protection of the guards, who are probably quite mind-boggled by what the local idiot is doing, dragging around a skimmer corpse for fun and profit right in front of them. But alas, we will continue for a bit longer, just until I'm a little more comfortable running around out in the desert. So we will once again be back momentarily. Alright. Well, Eadred has spent basically a full 24 hours at this point running around in front of the main gate, looking like an absolute buffoon, carrying around a skimmer corpse for about half of it. And that got us up to 8 strength, 17 stealth, and 13 athletics, so we're slightly less incredibly vulnerable. But, like I said before, this town is not exactly the land of opportunity. We want to be moving on as soon as possible. And so I think that we'll see if there's anything we absolutely can't live without. Ah, there we go. As far as clothing and armor that we could actually afford. But I'm not seeing anything I just absolutely have to have. That's for sure. So, let's check what else there is available in this town. It's like not much. And there's another general shop down here that we haven't checked out. I doubt they're gonna have anything crazy, but it's worth a shot. Yeah, you know, would be nice to grab a couple med kits for the road. And that's about it for now. I've got to, like, get back in the saddle here. It has been a long time since I no-lifed Kenshi for a little bit, like I do about every, 6 to 8 months or so. Let's get Eadred on the road. We'll get that athletic skill up real quick, just getting out there. Fortune favors the brave, as they say. We just gotta keep our eyes open. That is a massive slave trader caravan, and we look a lot like a slave. We're looking pretty destitute at the moment, so it would most likely be preferable to not get too close to them. Just saying. There is Port South, which we will be bypassing for now. think this would be a good place to start directly cutting through the desert towards the Great Market. Oh, it is so nice running this game on a M.2 drive. Oh, the load times are so much better. It's beautiful. And here we are. The Great Market. When we're a little more skilled, we will probably be doing quite a bit of pilfering here. Maybe we should get something a little bit better than rags to wear. Be a little less conspicuous, Let's try. Let's try for. I'm not obviously going to steal everything you've got. There's some standard grade pants. Oh, I'm not really seeing anything else that just super tickles my fancy here. Shoddy grade, shoddy grade, shoddy grade. Shoddy grade everything. And a lot of things that are higher than shoddy grade I either can't afford or don't want. Simple as. Well, you know, usually, having something in slot is better than having nothing in slot. But that's not always true. But I think we will invest in a shoddy leather turtleneck anyways. So now we look slightly less like somebody who just ran out of a cage. But that's a lot of our money. Not that we had much to begin with. Not that we had a ton to begin with. Let's let the crowd dissipate a little bit. Just a little bit here. See if maybe we could afford a decent backpack. Hopefully one that isn't going to cripple our stealth skills. No, doesn't look like it, not at the moment. Not with the money we've got. But that's fine. I think we will spend a bit of time here just continuing to train our athletics and stealth a little bit, and then we're going to continue the run, continue our journey to Shobatai. So I did not... Oh. Never mind, we're scavenging. Never mind, we're scavenging. And getting a tiny bit of melee attack training in. Come on, beat him. Beat him down, boys. Thanks for the weapon, idiot. Now, quick. To the other corpses. Grab everything you can. Okay, this will sell for more. Good. I think weapons are going to be your best bang for our buck as far as space here. Take everything we can. Some of these are not going to sell for very much, but anything's better than nothing, as a wise man once said. Let's see. We'll go sell them to the crossbow guy. We'll clog up his inventory that we're probably not going to use, at least for a very long time. Would you like all these weapons I just pilfered, sir? Excellent, thank you. Now I'm going to go and pilfer more. Before they're all put in slave shackles. Taken away. Yeah, most of their clothes are quite literally worth nothing. Let's see here. Alright. Well, we got a couple more out of there, alright? We got a couple more. That'll be another, like, 100 cats we get. Which, hey, that almost buys us one piece of dried meat. We're not in complete abject poverty. We're eating, alright? We made some profit there. It was just what an opportune moment. However, I still think we're going to train and wait for nightfall. For like full-on nightfall before we head on towards Shobutai, so we'll be back momentarily. Well, 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 I knew I waited around for a reason. Another mark. This one actually had some money on him. This one actually had some money. Wow. I mean, none of his clothing was worth anything, but I'll sell your frickin' hoe that you, carrying around as a weapon. Why not? It's just free money. Also gonna sell this crappy stick that we start with. By the time we're actually trying to fight anybody, we'll be using something better. Something far better than rusted junk quality iron stick, huh? But we did get 35% of the way to melee attack 2 on that guy, and we almost got to 20 athletics here. So let's go ahead and start heading towards Shobutai. We want to be hanging out near somewhere that has a Shinobi Thieves in it, in the city. And I don't remember which United Cities places do and don't have Shinobi Thieves in them, and on top of that, we're also playing with mods that add more cities, so it's like I'm playing it for the first time all over again. Well, no, not really, but you catch my drift. Let's just enjoy the journey, huh? Maybe we could kite some bandits or something over there. Sand ninjas. They don't seem that interested. Unfortunate. Didn't realize we were that close. Shobatai. Not exactly the jewel of the United Cities, and really not even close, but we do have Shinobi Thieves here. Now the question is, how are we gonna make enough money to join the Shinobi Thieves? Well, we could scavenge and essentially just hope that enough skimmers and rebel farmers and such are going to eventually perish at the gates to give us enough money to join, or we could make it part of our training arc. And that's what I think we're going to do. Now, we're not doing this in the purpose of making money, per se. But we do need to train. And so, I think what we will do is just go around the backside here. Mine up copper. I know, real original way to make money in the early game here, and Eadred's not one to want to do honest work. However, we will be training our strength at the same time, because we're going to be stacking the copper up in our inventory and then running around with it. Sneaking around with it. Laboring skill I don't really care to get up, but we're going to, well, use copper mining to get that money and train us up. Just enough to get us into the Shinobi Thieves. So, we'll be doing this, well, for a while. It is 2:23 on day 3. We'll be back soon. Finally, we've made enough money. After a couple days of nothing but mining and training strength and athletics, we've got the money to join the Shinobi Thieves. This is where our real training arc will begin. So you want in on the Shinobi, huh? Guards try to lay the crack down, but they ain't fooling nobody. They're nothing. Nothing a few cats can't handle. I want to join. I can join for a fee. Said I don't have to complete a test or prove myself or something. Oh, I got time for handing out busy work? No, this is a business we're running, not a social club. 10,000 cats. And we are in. We're in, boys. We are in. Which gives us access to Shinobi traders, but more importantly right now, it gives us access to all these training tools. We can get our melee attack up a little bit. We can get our lockpicking skill up, and even our assassino skill up. Plus also, there's not a training dummy or training device to teach it, but we can also get our thievery skill up here. And so we're going to do ourselves a little training arc. We are going to start with lockpicking, then the melee attack. It won't take us very far, but it'll get us, a level or two at least. Assassino, and then thievery, and we'll be back when it's time to start working on the thievery so that I can show my super secret technique for training it. Alright, it has been some time now with Eadred training here at the Shinobi Thieves. So, we got melee attack up to 4, stealth is at 25, lockpicking up to 14, assassino up to 12, athletics is at 29, And we got our strength all the way up to 17 thanks to a skimmer corpse and a full load of full inventory load of copper and running around in front of the gate again for a while. But now I think it's time to train the most important and underrated. Well, I don't know about underrated. It is after all well known how insanely strong the thievery skill is. But what is super important about it is that we can sell stolen items directly to the fence here at the Shinobi Thieves, but they usually don't have very much money. And, yeah, they don't give you a good price. They give you like half of what the item would normally sell for. But with high enough thievery, this is why we saved first. Okay, so as I was saying, we get a high enough thievery skill, it makes it harder for normal merchants to discover that you're trying to sell them stolen goods. So, it's time for us to grind thievery. See, I stole a little wooden bowl here. What we're going to now do is find a nice dark corner. We'll just, you know, act not suspicious at all here. Find ourselves a nice dark corner of the world to hang out in. Like this, right here. And we just put the bowl down, pick it back up again. And look at that, 30% of the way towards thievery 2 on one go. It's a little tedious because you gotta click drag things out of your inventory to the ground and then hold Alt and click it again. So it's, you know, definitely enough to give you repetitive motion injuries. Oh, apparently I gotta be doing it closer to people for this to work. So until we get a couple points in this, I'm gonna be quick saving like a madman. It'd be better to do it up here. I think so. I think so. There we go. So you do have to do it close enough, but there's thievery 2 already. So I'm gonna grind this for a little while, and we'll be back when I have carpal tunnel. Alright, it has been a significant amount of time. Pretty much the whole morning and most of the afternoon gone. But we got our thievery up to 26 and got both of my thumbs severely aching. But I just noticed we need to go spend a little bit of money on some food. We ate up all of the dried meat we got, even though we are running a little low on cash. We still need to eat. Man's gotta eat, as they say. So we'll grab ourselves some dried schmeat. And while we wait for nightfall to do our first heist, or at least attempt our first heist, we are going to train our stealth. So, we'll be doing this, and at the very least until nightfall. So, we'll be back momentarily. Alright, night has fallen, and we got ourselves up to 31 stealth, 32 in athletics. While we were killing time there. But I think it's time to scout out what's going to be a soft target for a good old-fashioned B&E. For a good old-fashioned B&E. I'm thinking the headgear shop. Way out here at the back of town. Be a good first target. Start working the lock. Oh wow, first try. Alright. There's a guard. We've only got a 69% chance to steal out of that one. We've got a 72% chance to not get caught stealing out of this one. Which one is going to be worth the most money? The masked helmet. Alright, I don't want to tempt fate too much. So we'll go ahead and get out of that one. Let's see if we can lift something else. Too many places here stay open all night. Too many dang places here either stay open all night or are in constant plain view of the guards. I mean, we could try the mechanical shop, but their lock is a lot more difficult. So we're going to have to be very, very careful. Oh wow, alright. Quick success. %77% chance to steal a chainmail sheet. Let's do it. Now that's a haul. That's a good haul. Good enough that what we're going to do is we're going to run over to the next closest town and sell it over there, because, I mean, yeah, the helmet is just worth, we'll get about 150 for it, but we'll get about 1,200 each for the chainmail sheets. So, I think we will run over to Tin and sell them there. Looks like it'll just be a nice little jaunt and a nice little bit of athletics training too. We already ate one of our dried meat, so that's why I was feeling a little urgent to get our first heist underway and make some money. Make some money. But good, this will be the first of many steps towards a criminal empire. But it won't always be based around petty thievery. No, no, no. I think we can break into other markets. I think we can break into other markets other than just, burglary. I think it won't take us too long to graduate to other profitable ventures. This place sure doesn't have much. It's got a bar, though, and barmen usually don't ask too many questions about where I got the goods that I'm selling. Shopkeeper can't afford that. Well, we offloaded most of it to him at least, and restocked on food. Made ourselves a little bit of a profit. But I guess we will just wait for the general trader here to open, and then we'll sell off the last one. Oh, and looky here, it's a skimmer party. And these are outlaws. Well, well, well. You've got some cash on you, buddy. You've got some armor on you that is valuable. Maybe he'll, there we go. Now we can steal. Now we can steal it. Now we can steal that off the unconscious man. What I'm more concerned about... Here, first what we'll do is drop their stuff on the ground. This guy's still awake. Well, what we'll do first then is pick up this idiot. Is there no police station here? Just a barracks. Well, I'll check just to make sure, see if the barracks has a bounty man. They've got a jail. That did not pay me the bounty. Well, lesson learned. Skimmer's making mincemeal of everybody out here. Skimmer's eating that guy. Big hoss outlaw there is, well, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to pick this guy up who has a bounty. Oh, he's dying. I'm actually going to put him down first and give him just enough first aid to keep him alive while they eat these guys. While we load our last save. I didn't notice that second one coming up on me. Alright, well we had a little bit of a timeline divergence there, because I realized my last save was just before we broke into the first store. So we actually just went and, only broke into the mechanical shop this time. Got just chainmail sheets. And this time, instead of going to tin, we went to stoat to fence the goods as soon as this mechanical shop is open. Where's the guy? Ooh, fencing chance 34%. Never mind, we're going to sell to someone else. Anybody but you. Let's try the bar. Bar probably won't have enough money for all of it. Where's the barman? Is everybody out of position? Apparently. There we go. 100% chance. And he's got mad money. Buy my chainmail and give me meat. But good. Good. Now we can actually enjoy the fruits of our labor here. Maybe a nice trip to the clothing shop. Maybe get ourselves a weapon. We'll see. I mean, the possibility. I was gonna say the possibilities are endless, but we've got just under 7,000 cats, so that would be a lie. That'd be a little bit of a fib. You know, I always end up, for most of the early game, going with the like leather turtleneck, cloth pants of some sort, and dust coat drip. That seems to always be what I go for. You'd think I would mix it up every now and then, but it's just the best. It's the best in class for, you know, when you gotta have stealth. Well, the best one we're gonna find here is gonna be, this long coat. So we are going to go ahead and purchase that. Give us a little more protection. And how much more civilized we look here. Oh, it clips through our pants, but maybe we'll get a different pair of pants on down the road that are just as good. And what about weapons? I'm not going to be able to get much good for under 4K cats and still keep myself fed, but I'll take a gander just in case. Let's see here. Don't need anything fancy, just something that works. It isn't going to be absolutely terrible. Well, this is still pretty bad. Still pretty bad over here, looking like. But you know, I think something would be better than nothing, most likely. So I'll kind of look around here and then make a decision based on what we've got. Actually, I've already made my decision. Bandit Cleaver. Bandit Cleaver. And now look at us. We're looking slightly less impoverished. Slightly less impoverished. But hey, we started really improving ourselves. We joined the Shinobi Thieves, and we even did our first B&E, our first burglary, our first heist. Wasn't for a lot, but we made a heck of a lot more money doing that than those little mining runs. But for now, I think that's where we're going to leave it off for today. So thank y'all very much for coming out and watching. Be sure to leave a like, maybe even a comment, and maybe even subscribe. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.